I accept it's not for everyone, nothing is, but there's a lot of things that I think Soccer AM changed even before I got there.
Obviously, on screen, especially in its prime, I know a lot of people throw that term around, but the show sort of epitomised lad culture or contributed to what we know as lad culture. But was that a reflection of the same culture backstage, or was that quite carefully constructed?
I think lad culture, in some ways rightly so, gets a bad name now. And that's because all the dickheads got involved. And that's what happens with everything that's good. Like Shoreditch in London used to be good fun, and now it's full of like blokes on stag do's and stuff like that, sort of thing. Like that. It's a mess. In the early days, and this is, so I was going to uni 95 to 98, so that real sort of Britpop lad culture sort of time. It was very inclusive, because from before then, there wasn't really. I mean, there's obviously exceptions, but it wasn't the culture that women would go to the pub and have a pint and watch the football. It wasn't that. But this was much more, in many ways, there's a sort of ladette side of it as well. And it definitely wasn't for everyone. And there's a lot of people who probably didn't fit in with it. But I think it was quite inclusive with this men and women all together doing that gender-wise. But then it's when it gets later on, it's lads, that sort of stuff. It gets a bit bad. The culture behind the scenes, it wasn't... there was for desperate want of a better word, banter sort of thing around, and there was sort of running jokes that we'd always have, and it was a really good fun place to work most of the time. So I suppose it was laddish in that respect, but not in the sort of way that I think you think of lads now, which is the sort of WKD advert sort of.
Yeah, fair enough. Was there ever much snobbery from other more formal football shows at the time?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think there was. I mean, I accept it's not for everyone. Nothing is, but there's a lot of things that I think Soccer AM changed even before I got there, like music and over football. Like before Soccer AM, I think I feel I might dispute this, but I would say you didn't just get good music played over football stuff. It was always very literal. It was Republica ready to go before a big match or something like that. It was all these sort of literal, you've got this game, so you have this song that has these lyrics in sort of thing. It wasn't just that. I'm sorry, I've forgotten what the question was. What did you have?
Oh Christ, I forgot. Snobbery from other shows.
Snobbery, yeah. There was a bit. I mean, there's something that gets bandied around a lot. That's a review on When Saturday Comes about Tim Lovejoy's book, which I've never read Tim's book, just because I didn't ever have a copy of it. But in fact, I've got one now, but I found it somewhere. So I've never read it, but it's this review that sort of hammers it a bit, but it sort of misses the point a bit, because I think our attitude was always very sort of inclusive. It doesn't matter if you are if you're a girl who watches World Cup games with her boyfriend and nothing else all year, or if you're someone who goes to every game. Whereas I think there's part of it, and I really enjoy When Saturday Comes. I think it's a great magazine. I read it. But that's a bit, I've always thought that was a bit more of a, come on, mate, you're not a proper fan if you don't go to watch the reserves on a Wednesday night sort of thing. We always used to laugh in the office about proper fans, all this sort of gatekeeping of football, like you can't, like people hammering Man U fans because they're from wherever sort of thing, and all this. And it's, we're always very sort of inclusive. And also, I think there was a snobbery in answer to your question from some places. And there were managers that wouldn't let us have players on. I think Gerard Houllier, Alex Ferguson, Wenger as well. I think I might be wrong there. I think none of them wanted their players on the show because they didn't think. I can't remember which one of it. One of them said they didn't take football seriously enough. But then Jose Mourinho turned up and loved Soccer AM, so it sort of changed a bit.